Alrighty, day 5, course 2. We're on the home stretch, fellas. Got 2 more after this one to do today, and then we'll have all these streams wrapped up. So our next one's going to be the Kinzatillie Club by Mr. Vinegar. Shit, I'm just all sorts kind of like twist around right now. Mr. Vinegar with the Kinzatillie Club. Before I do any of these, I always point out that with this being a CC kind of showcase, that I'm going to be playing with player clubs and not tour clubs like I ordinarily do. In that same breath, want to mention that how I shoot on a course is no way indicative of the quality of the course, how it is going to be judged, or whether or not it's CC suitable. Sometimes I play well, sometimes I play bad, mostly bad, so we're not going to hold that against the designer for the most part. When I stream these, I make comments as we go along. Anything that I deem to be a technical issue is going to be seen as a technical issue from the entire judging panel, so no reason getting butthurt about it. It just is what it is. It happens to the best of us. Most of the comments I make are nothing more than observations. I don't play these courses before I stream, so these are my first impressions. And as my eyeballs roam around and see things, I point things out that may either help the playability or help the aesthetics of the course. They're just my opinions. They're in no way meant to be negative, just a different perspective on what's going on with the course. If somebody disagrees with me, that's perfectly fine. You do not have to agree with me on what I have to say. But please don't come back into the forums and get in the course threads and make a big to-do out of it, or start sending me a bunch of PMs talking about how you disagree with me so vehemently about what I may have to say. So, yeah, we got all that out of the way. Do want to take time to point out that we do have a show that we do every Wednesday night on TGC Tours TV here on Twitch. It is the TGCT After Dark. You are welcome to view in on that. That's every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, there at the nighttime hour. We also have a society that will be kicking off tomorrow. I've just got to see if there's something even close to that in there, because I just really like the name now. Anyway, yeah, we got the TGC T After Dark Society up and going. It is on PC. It is on PS4. It's a mirrored schedule and tournaments on both of those systems. There is no entry fee to join. 250 virtual dollars per event with an 80% payout until we get the both the societies leveled up. Once we get them leveled up, then everything will go towards the purse, and we'll start putting some bonus money in there and start paying out a lot more as well. But I got to level it up, guys. I can only play so much and donate. So for anybody that's just looking for a fun, laid-back society that's going to kind of grow and probably be a staple as we go along, then by all means, throw your application in there. I'll get it approved, go back in, accept it, and be part of the fun. There are only 2 rounds per week, so I'm not going to kill people with 4 rounds and all this. So we're trying to make it as casual and fun as possible. And it's probably going to have a hilarious message of the day and billboard as we go along. So, well, damn, since Killa Godzilla doesn't work, I guess I got to do the actual, what the fuck is the name of this? Kinzatillie. Yeah, Kinzatillie. Yeah, they get pretty expensive, but I don't do a lot of wardrobe malfunctions. I mean, changing my wardrobe on my players. So most of what I get by, I actually play quite a bit just scouting for tour courses. So as I build my coin bank up, almost everything I make, I just take it right in there. So we'll get it before too long, believe me. So, okay, this is the Kinzatillie Club by Mr. Vinegar. And I believe he said blue pins and whatever tees I wanted to play. I mean, blue tees, any pins. Damn, guys, I'm half backwards now. I got the first one out of the way and did pretty well on it, so You guys are in for a treat now. So I'm going to guess just by the name of the club that these are a lot of holes inspired by Mackenzie and Tillinghast. I could be completely wrong about that. Do we go Delta theme on this? That's not what I was expecting. I thought for sure you'd go rustic on this. Not as a bad thing, I'm just saying. Pan out and look at what I've got going on here. So this looks reversible. Well, let's see if that's our tee box there. We don't have a green that way. So not reversible, but he's tied a lot of things in together here. So I see. I see, said the blind man. Uh, you'll find, Taco, that Delta theme can be pretty versatile, man. It's not a it has to have a certain look or anything else. I mean, you can take a look at what Mr. Vinegar, what Matt's done on this, and then go compare it to like the Sandbelt by R.J. Wills. And then you can go look at some of Reeb Duke's courses. He's got a few of them in Delton. They all look a little bit different. There's a lot of different things you can do with this theme. I think it's one of the most versatile that's out there just because of the selection of trees and plants that you get. I think it's better in this game than it was in the first game because you don't have just this white sand everywhere. You still have like the rough area that shows up, but this looks a lot more realistic than it did in TGC 1. In TGC 1, that was just solid white. I mean, it was like but I'm eager to do some work in Delta. So let me get on to what I'm doing right here. I'm sorry, I got emails coming in. I got places trying to sell me shit. I got Twitch telling me that my stuff exported, even though it took 10 minutes for it to boot up. That was weird. That's what took me so long getting back. Was Twitch was not cooperating. So we got our big head bunker right here. That works. Look at the overall layout of this hole. Little pocket bunker. And then you better look at that after the tee shot. This is purely just a cosmetic and choice kind of thing that I usually do with mine. Um, with the big nipple right here, I would have liked to have had this a little bit more rounded off coming down. I don't mind the rough cut, on the outside edge right there, but that would have looked a little bit nicer coming off this right here, and especially if you're going to do another outcropping right here, just to round that off just a little bit. Just the shape itself gets a little bit off, and I mean, I realize stuff like that exists, but it's just my own personal aesthetic. Nothing wrong with what he's done. It's just my own personal take on it. I better take a practice swing. It's been a few minutes. Okay. Ooh, look at that little hook coming up on that. Try to get my thumb back in line right there. I was about to play for a big damn hook. I'm not careful. So, see, Matt opens himself up to a little bit different critique here, only because he actually kind of works in this field a little bit. He knows quite a bit about this. He's kind of a student of golf course architecture. So some of the things I might bring up to him will be different than where I bring up different people. I still try to keep in mind as far as like using the tools and such that he's still navigating his way around some of that and trying to figure out, how best to get certain things to work beyond his ideas. But yeah, I agree, Reed. That's what I was saying before is that you can make Delta look a lot of different ways. Probably the most versatile theme we have going right now. So not a bad look coming into our green complex. That's 138 yards. Personally, I would have exaggerated this just a little bit, meaning he's got the hill right here. I would have brought that up and extended it out just a little bit. Really created a dynamic hillock coming into the side of the green right there and just letting it affect just this point of the green, creating a little bit different camber right there for shots to play off of. And then the this bunker right here, just raising it up a little bit. There's something that just feels a little bit weird about that, the way it's set in right there. If this was up a little bit more to bring the actual bunker pan into the same level as what our fairway is right there, and then having the hill be the sight line behind it. But that's just a personal choice. Anyway, let's play some golf, man. Let's play some golf. I should have lofted that a little bit. I'll leave myself a much tougher putt than this should have been. These are at 175, so we got some movement going on these. A little bit of left to right off there, but it's going to go down. I think that's about it right there. Good way to open up a hole right there. Oh, we get the bird in. Get the bird. Good clean hole. Like the tee shot here. This could have benefited with a few more of these trees, like over in this area where you left the heavy rough out right there. You've got the bushes and the heavy grass going, so either go ahead and grass that in, like make that a complete grassy area, and add a few little shrubs in here and there, or bush it off a little bit. I think that could have helped your outlier right there. That's just my opinion. But other than that, I really like the look off this tee box right here. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I was thinking buried trees, but so I'm going to point out only because I used to be very guilty of this myself, especially when I wanted to do like a lot of these long waist bunkers. Is your back edges up here, how they're just kind of biting and everything else. Some people are going to look at that and think it's a very unclean look. I can go either way on it, but to be honest, it just gives it a nice, more symmetrical look that frames the hole if you're pretty even up against your edges, come around your corners and stuff like that. It makes it look a little bit less jagged. And that, nothing wrong with what you've done. It's just a complete preference as, a designer. But I've had it pointed out to me before from other designers as well. When I went back and looked at it, I kind of saw what they were talking about. Nothing at all wrong with what he's done here, folks. I want it to be taken that way. It's just an observation and something that has been mentioned to me in the past as well. So it just does give a little bit cleaner look on what's going on, especially on what is more of a, I'm not going to say this is parkland, but more in the parkland spirit. Yeah, I like the green. I like the like where everything comes around with this. Nice design. Nice design. What's up, Ren? Man, you gonna answer that thread or not? I'm just kind of waiting on you, doo doo. With this being a shorter shot here, he's got plenty of options what he can do with this pin. So he's got kind of front center right there. He can put a pin right here front right. He can move one over here center left. Obviously, he's got a couple of pin locations back here in the left. I'd probably just put one back there myself, like either one left, right, or center. I don't know. I want to do too many. Okay. So, but lots of options you can do with the shorter shot right there. Brings the bunkers into play in danger. Got a little bit of a divot cut out right here. So I'm going to guess that he's going to put a pin back here kind of in this area then. Just creating that because it doesn't hold the same sway unless he's trying to use that as a deflection area for anything long on the front right. But anyway, I mean, interesting green. Give me 45 seconds here, guys. What time is it? 12:43. So 3 o'clock times 7, that's 10 o'clock Ola's time, 2 o'clock. That makes it 9 o'clock his time. Okay. I need to do a really quick update to a thread here. Since the one that spoke first just took his time like he's got a life outside of this shit. Come on, man. Come on. This is priority. So who all was involved in this? At Matt F27, at MROOLA, at Sam, and at Victory Lane Sport. Is it bad that I know everybody's shit on this? It is, isn't it? That I know all this shit from memory. That is just completely mean. It means I spend too much time looking at all this shit. Ah. Okay. I got that posted. Let's get back and play Killer Godzilla. Yeah, my names are my names, man. I can't give it up, and I'm not assigning them. So I will post the names, and you guys get to pick from them. And I got a couple of spares. I'm just really trying to figure out if I'm going to screw somebody. Yeah. I was talking to Scampy a little bit this morning about some of the inspiration behind the names, because these are all names that I've had in a notebook for a while, and I've got 4 pages. I'm obviously not going to be doing that many courses, like, ever. So some of the ones that I thought were more fun or could be worked with, I kind of threw out there. Some of the other ones I really like, I'm keeping for my own. But Old Tom's Ferry, the idea came from Old Tom Morris, which anybody that gets into like the history of golf and golf players, he was a pretty significant pioneer in both play and course design way back in the olden days there. But then obviously you don't have to go with the Old Tom Morris, connection right there. But Old Tom's Ferry, to me, brought in 3 or 4 different themes, different looks. I mean, there's so many different ways to make that name play. That's going to be part of the fun for me, is that I had something in my mind for every one of these names. Now, that's not part of the challenge. You're not trying to figure out what I had in mind. But I'm curious to see how other people's ideas differed from my ideas on where it is. No, I'm saying that, Reeb. I didn't figure anybody would make that connection. It was just, I felt like it was a cool name for a golf complex when you think about it. Old Tom's Ferry. I can see a really cool ass course being built around that idea, especially with some of the extracurriculars going on around the course. You can dress some shit up pretty nice with that. But Buckleberry Ferry. But I've got one name that I don't know if I'm going to use or not for this. It's I've got 5 names listed out. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 names listed out. 4 of them are going to be posted. One of them has Bayou in the title of it. So that could possibly be the hardest one in the entire series challenge right there, because Bayou starts getting down to some specifics. But I'm curious to see who would actually take that, tackle it, and make it work. But I may not throw it in there. I may be nice. My other names are pretty generic and give you a lot of different options. Bayou starts restricting it. Man, you guys are taking away from Godzilla. That's the name of this course now. We changed it from Kinzatillie. It is now Godzilla. That's what I'm thinking. Nah. My idea is to keep this rather limited. We're already up to 14 now, so I don't want to get into 25 more courses in a short amount of time. I mean, it's not only stressful for you guys with the Invicta coming up behind that to have courses to put out. It becomes stressful for me as a judge where I'm just bouncing from one to another. Well, the idea from it is the club at Bayou Lorraine. It was going to be between Bayou Lorraine or Bayou Lagniappe, but I'm afraid that people that aren't Cajun aren't going to understand what the fuck Lagniappe is or even know how to pronounce it. But Scrotabelly's pouch. So yep. If you're from Louisiana, you know what I'm talking about. But I thought that was a cool name for a course. I had them both down in my big list. I had Bayou Lorraine. Well, I actually had Bayou Lagniappe to begin with, and then Bayou Lorraine. But no, 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 no. That defeats the purpose of the. That defeats the purpose of the first come first serve. We ain't gonna get into trades. It is what it is. It's almost not fair. Um, Including because exactly, I'm gonna have names out there that somebody's like, oh, I would rather have that name than this name, and it wasn't out there. So they just are what they are. Work with it. That's part of the challenge. This is adaptability, baby. If you think this one's rough, wait till the next one. Next one gets funny. I think it's a cool idea, but it'll test you. This challenge series as it goes along is not going to be for the faint of heart. Oh man, that was a hell of a putt right there. Damn, Griff on fire. Griff setting Godzilla on fire. Oh, you want a tropical name? Oh, my shit's uploaded on YouTube. Yay. Well, I mean, I do want to use these on tours, so um, let me clarify on how that's going. Have fun with it, be original, think outside the box, all that fun stuff, but make it playable and don't make it just absurd. I mean, I do want to be able to use these on tour because I actually have a plan for them. There is a deeper plan that I have not informed you guys about as far as how I'm going to handle all these. So don't just completely flip me the bird and all that shit. Okay. Okay, Mitch, your tropical course. Your name is the Trade Winds. Go. Good looking par three here, by the way. I like this hole. Then don't do it. I'll do one named the Trade Winds eventually. You don't have to do it. I was just messing. But you said you wanted a tropical name, so I just gave you a tropical name. Oh, he almost made it 3 for 3. This is a good hole right here. Yeah, this is a good hole. I like this. He's got a very clean, crisp design going on. This definitely fits. I'm trying not to pick out what holes they are from what courses by two of those, but not that I could pick out every one of them because both of those guys had like major amounts of courses. It's not like they didn't have just a shit ton of courses they did over their time. Yeah. I like the depth. I like the shape of this bunker. I would lip it out. I would exaggerate my lip out here on top just a little bit. I mean, these are very tic tac. What I call, like I was telling Clint, these are what I call advanced design techniques. Um, but you can be a little bit more exaggerated on your lip coming off the top right there, and just kind of cleave it off. I mean, it's just a better up close look. Vuick asked, think most people on tour is going to be playing player clubs. Depends on what tour. These courses are kind of geared towards the CC. On CCM, I would very much believe that most people are going to be using player clubs. On CC Pro, I think you're going to have an even mix. I think that people that are dead set on getting up to web and beyond are going to struggle through with tour clubs for a little bit. But I mean, I personally play with player clubs when I play rounds, and if I play on tour, I'll play with player clubs. I'm sorry, tour clubs. But I'm using player clubs on these playthroughs because this is geared towards CC players. Yeah, aggressive is a good word. Exaggerated, I like both of them for what I'm trying to explain. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Well, we're gonna get an up close personal look on that. I don't know how that was a fast downswing. I really don't. Most everything's been slow all fucking day. So, oh well. So nice little hole. I killed myself in that flop shot because of the loft I put on it. I was trying to be delicate and it just caught. So may cost myself a par right here. Yep, and putted through the break. So yeah, on CC, I think it depends on what level you're on. I think once you get off CC, I think most players are going to be using tour clubs, and obviously they're going to be mandated tour clubs on the higher tours. But On CCM, you're going to see a lot of player clubs, and you're going to see them on CC Pro through CCC and CCB. I think by the time you get to CCA, I think you'll probably see more tour clubs and player clubs, but there will still be some that will be using player clubs. Nice looking layout here, Matt. That works. I don't. Oh, that's a bench. I thought that was livestock for a second. It looked like a wolf when I was coming down the fairway. I was like, what the fuck? Did you put an animal standing out there on the own? Poor little animal. Yeah, they can be tricky. What tour do you play on, or are you about to go through Q school? I mean, if you're not comfortable with tour clubs as of yet, I wouldn't go into my first competition trying to use them. Use your player clubs, get used to them. Once you have a very consistent swing with player clubs, then go to tour clubs and do it. I mean, it's a little bit different, but not too different. I personally find tour clubs easier than player clubs. I'm having a lot harder time controlling player clubs than I do tour clubs because I've been playing tour clubs since the beta. So, yeah, I don't think you'll hurt yourself playing with um, playing with player clubs. I do the scheduling for both CC Pro and CC Am, and there is not going to be any course I ever put up that cannot handle player clubs. I'm not putting 7,600 yard courses on tour. You guys will max out at about 7,200 yards on CC Pro. I might have one here and there that's a little bit longer than that, but not often. Oh, that was for Eagle. That was 40 feet uphill. I didn't even look because I'm not paying any attention. Let me get back on my course here. I've got to do him justice. He's been waiting for like a week for this, and there's more break there than what it's showing. Ah, I just hung up. It started off, jumped right, went back left, and hung out to the side. Shit, that should have been a birdie. That's what happens when I'm watching the chat over here and looking at other things and not playing the course. So, note that he chose to make this a walking course. It is not a golf cart course, so but we do have available walkways. So this is different. When I first saw it, it's like this falls a little bit flat, but I see where it is. I mean, this is just a basic no-fill straight design kind of course. So you want to be careful at this distance of having too much runoff on the front going to the back. That looks like a pretty significant slope right there if we had a pin up here at the front. So you'd want to be very, very careful with that. Just playing for par on this one. I'm not going after that pin with the longer club. My bag is not set up for this. My bag is not set up for this. At least back on the par train. What am I right now? One over? Or am I even? Oh, I'm one under. How in the hell did I manage that? Okay. Okay, there's still hope. Big wide ass open fairway right here. Like the look of this hole. Uh, I should have looked at that green a little bit more before I hit that shot. I thought I could feed it there in the front and feed it back to that pin, but yeah, it's thus far it's a really solid course. It's very no frills, but it works for me. Is this going to check up or is it going to run? That's running a little bit uphill. I really thought I could clear that lip right there and it feed a little bit, but I did not pay close attention to it. We'll do that. You not played this one yet, Reeb? Have you not gotten to this one yet? Or are you going through your second playthrough? Damn it. I may have just spilt coffee on my Piranha Joe shirt. Damn it. Don't mess with my Piranha Joe shirts. That's a pretty cool looking hole. Could have raised this bunker right here up a little bit more. I think you can see where I'm going with it. From the tee box, that would look spectacular, just raised up to where you could actually see that bunker laid into the hill back there behind it. And same thing from like down here, having that raised up just a little bit. Yep, I killed myself on that one. Damn. I did fast swing that one. I knew it when I did it. Not helping me that my wife's trying to have a conversation with me by text right now over her shit. So I really don't care. And this is a long par 4. I screwed myself on this hole. I screwed myself on this one. I don't even know if I'll reach over there on that side. Yeah, so far proportionally, it's been well done. Everything just kind of fits. I'm surprised I parred that one. Nice hole, Matt. He does something here that I'm personally not a fan of. This doesn't affect anything else going on. This is in no way saying what he's doing is wrong. You see it up here a lot on the green, but like coming in this bunker right here, and especially this bunker on the back, if you're going to run your light rough into the front edge of your bunker right there, just go ahead and run it all the way around and tie it in to your light rough over here. It gives it kind of a weird look doing it that way. It just makes it look very unclean to me. So just bring that light rough off the back, encapsulate this entire bunker, and then just feed it in on a nice curve into your light rough here. That just looked better. Same thing over here. Just run around the backside. Versus this one where you've got your heavy rough in between the bunker and the cut right there. It's just I'd rather have it spaced out to where you either have a strip of heavy rough between the two or you just do all light rough. That's just a personal preference, but it just always looks off to me for some reason. Man, I better remember I've got a little bit of a this is a tricky little shot. It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's a lot bad that can go happen or bad that can go happen here. I'm going to kill myself with the loft on that. I want it to stop. I don't want to take a huge roll backward. Nice contouring on the greens. Nothing excessive. On a par 5 like that, the ridges are made to. I mean, it's not one you're going to go for, and two, not with player clubs. Might be able to with tour clubs, but they're shaped in a way to have very precise pin placements on short shots. So I can dig it. He's done a good job on this of leaving open areas open and filling in areas just enough to break up the sight lines. So it's not like he just has a lot of blank space, but it's not that he has a lot of unnecessary fill going on either. Long par 4. He's tried to kill some of the distance in it with the elevation off the tee. So I don't mind these every once in a while. So if I play this in, where is my ball going to go? If he's a little bit downhill and starts running right to left. So this could be an interesting shot right here, kids. So I mean, that's without bouncing it up there, which is going to make it roll out even more. That's about all I can do. That's a tough pin for a 180-yard shot. But it's okay to make people play for par every now and then. I mean, it's a long hole. Ah, nice hole. Just be careful with your front pin placements with greens that run front to back off the front right there, because that's pretty tight landing area for a shot that distance, and with it naturally going to carry. I mean, that gave me a lot longer putt than I may have deserved off the tee. And you saw that where I hit. I mean, I hit as close to it, the front right there, as I possibly could to get it to lay in there, and that ball rolled out to 30 feet past. And 30-foot putts are not gimmies to get them up in there to save par on. But I'm not saying I have a problem with what's there. It's just something you have to be careful of. Just make smart choices. Followed by another long par 4. Not helping myself on that one. So I'm usually not a big fan of putting these back to back like that, but that's just a personal choice. It's probably a lot more fun hole. If I actually go back and play the hole. Kind of a weird angle coming off that right there. I'll probably soften that curve just a little bit. So you got soft curves kind of going everywhere else on this, and it just comes in like pretty stark. But I'd angle off that just a little bit different, let it be a flow. But that's just a personal choice. I thought that was going to be a little bit shorter than that. Leaving myself with work to do unnecessarily. Ah, son of a bitch. Just enough tail end break right there to cost me on that one. I should have gone a little bit more out to the right. So, well earned or bogey on that one. And come back with a short one. So, it'd been nice to have this one in place of the other hole. Have a long hole, come back with a shorter one, then come back with the long one. The long par 4s back to back felt a little bit awkward, but I'm just trying to get a fountain out down there in the middle of that. I don't mind choking off the landing area right here. This is a shorter par 4, so you can absolutely make people play back with 3-wood, which is I'm going to do to illustrate a little bit of course management here. So if you don't want to take on that bunker, you have a fast downswing, so you can end up in the rough on the other side. Fortunately, I was just barely fast on that. So you go driver on that, you're trying to shoot in that little gap. So might not be a bad idea to lay back on this, and you still only got like a 109-yard shot in there. So it's not like this is a tough shot or anything, you know. Man, that came up way, way short. Son of a bitch. Was I on like some kind of gradient that I didn't realize I was on. I just made a short par 4 play a shit ton harder than what it is. And come back to the medium size one, so the length on that one. The shadow kind of bugging me on that one because of where the bunker is. I mean, that's just part of it. You can't make every hole be light or lit exactly the way you want it to. But it took me a few seconds to figure out what I was going with that. Nice backer board right there if you go long on it to push your ball down a little bit, so no problem. A little down slope right there, so that's interesting green. Tell you what, on this shot, I'm going to play that more out to the right than I probably need to. But too much loft. I never know how the wind's going to affect it right there, so one of these days I'm going to get in and just play around with the wind so I can figure out what to do on these. Not a lot for me to really nitpick on this. A little bit of bunker work here and there, but as far as it's been a really solid course. From that angle, it was not a pin. I felt comfortable trying to attack with it being that close to the edge of the bank and everything. So better off just play it down in here, give ourselves a shot at birdie and definite par. So 175s. So there was actually heavier break right to left than left to right, and my ball hung out the entire time on the other side of that. So that break right there, was completely dominant of that break right there. Gotcha. Uh, Go figure. Man, this is another one that feels like it's trying to sucker me into driver right here. It really does. It feels like this is a 3 wood off the tee, but we'll see. It was indeed a 3 wood off the tee. If I do not go off here, it will be luck. Nope. Barely rolled off into the heavy rough. That means there'll be a 50% shot. No, it kept me okay. About to say, that was about to piss me off. So he suckered me right there. Use that hill. Use that hill. Come back down. Come back down. Come back down. Now that did not play anywhere the way I thought it was going to. Jesus. I mean, I saw this from before and could see it. How in the hell did my ball play that way coming into it? Ball hit like right in here and ran this ridge all the way up here and stopped. Fuck. Hate being penalized. I mean, this isn't on the designer. This is just the ball physics. But I hate being penalized for playing the shot that's given to me right there. Otherwise, I don't play that. And this is a nasty fucking putt. If you don't believe me, come play it. I don't care if that one's slow. That'll keep me safe. I just want to make sure I didn't go fast on that. So we're looking at a par 5. We're up 17 feet, so if I go straight with that, I'm going to be down here around this area. Yeah, if I hit a bunker, I hit a bunker. Let's see what happens. There we go. As planned. I can live with it. You want to be careful about having a lot of stuff that's high in the front, low in the back. I don't mind it here and there. I'm not saying you overuse them. I'm just saying be careful on your future stuff. So you don't want to make a name for yourself that way for sure. I could have written that a little bit better. Finally get back on the birdie train there. I mean, it's quite obvious. He's gone very no frills, old school design on this. And if you're looking at Mackenzie and Tillinghast, I mean, they were some of the oldest of the old school designers. It's just very basic, straightforward kind of stuff. So some people might look at this and say there's nothing going on. I don't necessarily see it that way. So I've actually enjoyed this course a lot. It's more of a slippery little putt here than it looks. Did not break at all. That was a tap and did not break at all. Son of a bitch. Tell you what, I'm going to quit reading greens. I'm just going to knock the shit out of the ball and just putt through the break. That it's not on the designer, but that gets annoying as shit sometimes. That 8-inch putt, 2 inches downhill, obvious left to right, and I just barely tapped it. And apparently that putted through any kind of break that was there. I mean, shit, you could see it, and it did not move at all. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out one of these days. A very big climb up to this one. Nothing wrong with having a good length to a closing hole. These long ones, long par fours, are some of my favorite closing holes because then you bring all sorts of different scores into play for a tournament round. That's my opinion. Damn, this play's long though. This play's crazy freaking long. So you got some sloping there. Well, before I would say you had sloping on the right to help you move your ball to the hole, but based on my last time trying to do that, I don't know if I'd play that way or not. I just barely missed a shitty lie there, didn't I? That is up 33. Whoa. Whoa. Goodness. All right, guys. I mean, that was a good, solid course. And like I said, he went very no frills with it. Think he did enough planting and making the look to where he had open areas, but then he had just enough going on to not make it feel like it was underdone. I like that. For the most part, the greens were very solid. The only things I was really able to kind of nitpick on was a little bit of the fairway shaping here and there, or the way he chose to use his light rough, and some of that is just a preference issue on my part. Like I said, greens were good here and there. Want to be careful some of the front pin locations if you're going to consistently have shelves or front to back on greens. But all in all, it's a good solid course here. Can definitely see this on tour. I'd have to play around with it, see where it fits. Whether it be CC Pro or CCM. I don't know if CCM handle this from these tees anyway. I may have to shorten it up for them because there are some tricky little shots here and there you don't think about, especially with a couple of the longer holes. But all in all, Matt, great solid course, man. So look forward to getting this one to the judging panel and seeing what they had to say about it and how this one advances on. But definitely a tour-worthy course, and much appreciate this one being brought forward. So great job, guys. And I'm going to kill this stream, and I'll be back with another one. I'd like to say 5 to 10 minutes. It never works out that way, but I will have another one coming up, so stay tuned.